I'm excited because there's no break week next week. But yeah, let's get into the chapter. This was chapter 1158, Rocks versus Harald. And starting right off with the cover story here. What? I think that was everyone's reaction. I didn't finish watching Melon T stream VOD where she reads the chapter. She had that reaction. A couple of my friends had their reaction, like, what are they, what? So, they find out the gravestone of legendary hero Wano is Kouzuki Moria. There's a prominent character in the series that has the name Moria, and their name is Gecko Moria. I wonder what that means. We know Moria's backstory, that he lost his entire crew in a fight against Kaido's crew. We know that he retrieved Orz's body from Wano. Did we know that not only is he from Wano, but potentially a Kozuki? Like, what? Where did this come from? It's weird that, like, we're getting this revelation, but he wasn't in the backstory. So here are of the Odin backstory, but here are my, like, possibilities of what could be going on here. And I credit some friends, some YouTube videos I've watched, so I don't take all the credit myself. But one could be that this is an ancestor of Moria, and Moria's, like, lineage, like Kozuki lineage, kind of split off outside of Wano, kind of like Zoro's family lineage did, or something like that. I don't know what they were going out with the Zoro stuff in Wano, but yeah, so that could be a possibility. I think that's a very strong possibility. But I also think this could very well be a fake gravesite dedicated to Moria. They could have thought he died because he disappeared without a trace, but secretly he left Wano in shame because he lost his whole crew. It seems like a trend, like we saw with, like, all of the time traveled scabbards, like, that they had grave sites because they thought they were gone. So it could very well be the exact same kind of thing as that, where they thought Moria died in the battle against Kaido, and so they honored him for fighting back against Kaido by giving him this gravestone. But you'd think that would have been in the flashback, Moria would have been a presence if he was a prominent Kozuki. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on here. Those are kind of my, like, two most plausible theories. But people were saying that apparently in Japanese, Kozuki and Gecko are, like, the same characters but in inverse order. Interesting. It's just crazy. Like, I did not expect this revelation. And God, look how amazing my husband Yamato looks here. Like, he is so unfathomably hot. Like, oh my God. I'm just looking at the cover story and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's move on to the chapter itself, because we are, about, not too bad, 3 minutes in. That's appropriate for the cover story. So we find out that Shaki already has the love sickness for Rayleigh and is trying. This whole, like, setup seems to be in terms to get Rayleigh, which is kind of like, I don't really understand still with fully the mechanics of this, what's going on here. But yeah, so it seems like Roger is sort of like putting on a front that he's still into Shaki, but he's, like, secretly, like, wants him and Hurl and Rayleigh to get together. But I'm a ascriber that, like, Rayleigh's fully committed to Roger until his death. We'll see what happens though. Like, I wonder if, like, Shaki was traveling around with them for a while. Who knows? But yeah, so we get married to Mary Joie, and we see St. Garling. Figurlin Garling. the most name I never fucking remember. So seems like there's something at God Valley that the people there won't give to them. And that's why they want to hold the hunt there, because if they hunt and kill all the population there, there will be, they'll be able to just swoop in and take the resources. So I wonder if this whole incident isn't necessarily tied to Shaki, which a lot of people were worried about would be like kind of too damsel in distress esque writing. So I do wonder if this incident is not necessarily, it's tied to more towards whatever this resource or treasure is at God Valley. And I think that seems like a more plausible, I think it could be, I think it's probably a domino effect of a lot of factors. It's something happening with Shaki. Maybe she's kidnapped by the world government. Something happens that brings her there. Something like that. I think it's going to be the fruits that were being contained there as the prizes, because it seems like Rock's pirates definitely wanted that as they were swooping in. Maybe the fruit of Elbaf was there. I can't remember exactly. It's going to be that. It's going to be wanting to save the innocent people that are there. And it's also whatever this resource is. So I think it's going to be this like triage of factors that are kind of all culminating into this one, like all these factors. The Battle of Five Meals, the Battle of Five Armies, So Rox is saying it seems like the implication is that Rox already has a wife and he's expecting a kid, like, or like not a wife necessarily, but like has found someone he's in love with and expecting a kid. We don't know who that is yet, but everyone seems to be picking up on it because he's not in love with Shaki anymore. So the Roger Pirates show up. He didn't notice the lie because he just used fucking, either he beat the shit out of everyone or he just conquer Asaki, like pass them all out immediately. I love that Rayleigh's just chilling on the ship. But yeah, like it seems like Roger now, like I think it's almost like because he knows that she's interested in Rayleigh and he respects Rayleigh so much, he's like, no, this is not my place anymore. Like she, like like they're into each other. I'm gonna facilitate that. And he comes, he's like, I don't even want Shaki anymore. I'm just here to hang out with Newgate. And then, Rayleigh's back on the ship, being Saki. They already have the egg. We still don't know what the fucking egg is. God, that's going to be one of those things. It's going to be like the treasure chest in Steven Universe. I don't know if you've watched Steven Universe, but there was a point where he goes into like that vault, like sort of area, and that like in that like dreamscape where he finds like Rose's treasures. And there's like a few items that he picks up, and there's a chest, and he decides not to open it, and it's never opened in the rest of the series. And it's like, what the fuck was in that chest? That's how I feel. I'm worried what this egg is going to be, where it's like the series ends and we're never explained what this egg is. Is it just like a design feature of the ship? Like, oh my god. I think we'll find out. But yeah, so. So we got to Elbaf, and Harald and Rox are fighting, and this is actually heartbreaking for me, but I love this like cute little side panel of it's like Loki and Haryuden trying to like spectate the fight, but the hockey use in the battle is so fucking strong that they're just flying away, like trying to hang on. But yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking because like Harald is still so fucking committed to getting accepted by the world government, even after all the awful shit that he does. That he's just trying to. He still will go against his friend Rox just to get in, and it's like he's putting it's noble because he's putting the well-being of his country like over one friend, and that's what a ruler should do, but. The issue is that he's severely misunderstanding what the situation is, and Rox is definitively understanding it. And that he thinks that no matter he keeps doing these things, that the world government will accept him. They'll never will. They never fucking will. And it will just be one thing after another until they're slaves, and they're never going to be treated with equal rights or rights. And that's like, and Rox sees that so vividly, but like, Harald just can't see it yet. It's heartbreaking. This is such a fucking great sequence. Um, yeah. Yeah, the unorthodox friendship had come to an end. The two would not meet again for some time. Not until the day of a certain incident. This is very. He isn't coming back, Loki. Shut up, you lying hag. Would you like some juice? Okay. So he is being loved. He is being like, I like that he's like sort of retroactively now being loved by I can't remember her name now, god. But I'm like that Loki is getting some love there. Anyway, we cut back to God Valley. Um and it seems like they're like, we don't know who this woman is, but it seems like she has red hair and she's like proud of these children, so it doesn't seem like it was like a whole like a celestial dragon raping like Sham Garling raping a civilian or anything like that. It seems like she's genuinely like proud and what's into him. Um so I wonder what the dynamic is going on there and whether that'll explain. But with this all, like with this whole ending reveal, it seems like I was worried that we wouldn't get God Valley. Like I was like, oh, we're probably not gonna get God Valley because it's supposed to be a Herald centric flashback. But it seems like what Oda is doing with this flashback is he used the stepping stone of Loki to try to give like, okay, we're gonna get all of the Rock's history out now. Like we're gonna get this all out now, so it's on the table. We all have it laid out, and like that way we don't have to keep coming. We don't have to come back to this anymore. And I think I think it's part of like Oda's like new process of where he's like tying up loose ends a lot quicker to sort of get the story to a logical finish point. I feel like that was part of his like planning / meditative process when he took the break after toward the end of Wano. He's like, okay, I got to restructure things, figure out how I'm actually going to make this like a feasible end. And he changed a lot of things around. I've talked about this a lot in my previous videos, but it seems like this turning this Herald flashback, he probably realized, okay, I'm going to do this Herald flashback fairly soon. I can put in all of the Rock stuff here. Like, I don't need to, there's nowhere else where it's a better logical point, and I can just add it all in here. So I seem like that's what the approach is going on. Overall, another fire chapter. I feel like we'll be getting only fire chapters since the end of Wano. I mean, like, it's just been the wildest ride seeing this all and experiencing this week by week. And next week there's no break, hopefully. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, thanks guys for watching and listening.